Hey, what's up, everyone out there? Thanks so much for tuning into another episode of the Addicted Fishing Podcast. We're back in it 2 weeks in a row. It's a miracle.
You just jinxed it.
Oh, man.
And we'll see you in 2 months.
No, not true, not true. Before we get this thing off, we want to say thank you so much to our sponsor, Nick Wax, for sponsoring this podcast. We appreciate them. If you guys want to check them out or see more information on Nick Wax, check it out down below. We talk about it during every podcast, so I'm not going to spiel it every single time, but shout out to Nick Wax. Thank you. We appreciate it. And today, we're going to talk about some summer Chinook fishing, I think, again, because we still got lots of salmon opportunities coming at us daily. Season's opening and all that jazz. So what do we got, Cam? We got some. They extended it on us a little bit, huh?
They extended it. They had a meeting today, so we're filming this on the 8th of July. Recording, whatever. It's a podcast,
Both.
right? Okay, same thing. Cool. So yeah, on the 8th of July, they had a meeting, and they basically said we could afford to have another week of summer Chinook fishing with the allowable impacts that are going to be on the run, which was completely under forecasted by about 50%.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, they kind of missed on that one, but. Yeah, good news is there's some fish, and now there's some fishing. And honestly, I went out today, and I was mildly entertained.
Awesome.
It was a decent day of fishing, and there's some fish out there still, and they're still pouring through, about 1,500 a day going over Bonneville. So yeah, they give us a week till July 15th. Hopefully you're hearing this before that closure, because I think that's what we're going to be talking a lot about. But yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to talk more about, we'll talk some techniques and stuff too. And as everything with this podcast, guys, what we're going to try to do from now on is give you about 5-10 minutes or so of updates in the Northwest. And then we're just going to talk about fisheries. It might be talking about salmon. We might be talking about a specific technique or steelhead or whatever it may be. Just because we know, and I see the comments, there's a lot of you guys out there that aren't from the Northwest that love listening to our podcast. So we're going to try to keep it consistent. And another thing we're going to have consistent is from now on, this is the podcast. We got Josh.
What's up, guys?
We got Marlin. We got Cam. It's going to be us three recording the podcast every single week. We're going to try to keep it to that consistency. Originally, when we started the podcast, it was all Josh's idea. He's the one that was like, dude, we should do a podcast. That'd be dope. And then just over time, Josh got a new job, transitioned into doing some other stuff, and he was working later, so wasn't able to get here. But now he's settled down. Things have settled down. We're going to try to get back to consistency.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Consistency again. So. And I went back and listened to a lot of the old podcasts, and I miss having Josh in them. So if you guys don't like him, deal with it. He's here.
Why would you? What is there not to like about Josh? Come on.
That's true.
Mr. Handles.
That's true. So some other updates we got. If you guys didn't know, we did release our summer apparel drop on our website. If you guys are watching on YouTube exclusively, because some of you are getting to watch this exclusively. Shout out to our members that are members of the channel. Josh is rocking one of the jackets right now and a hat, and I got a hat on. Cameron, typical to form, is wearing nothing addicted. But
he's got a hat on.
Addicted. And look at this.
He's
I got
wearing
my
his
addicted
face
mask here.
But shout out to Short Bus because he is wearing a Short Bus.
Short Bus, man.
Sweatshirt.
But yeah, I got my addicted old. This is OG stuff now. I mean, could this be
OG.
considered OG?
Oh, that is old.
I love them.
But anyway, we dropped it on the website, so there's a bunch of new apparel, hats, sweatshirts, jackets, lots of new stuff on the website, so make sure you check that out. And I don't think I have any other updates. We talked about last week that we had a new live feed sponsor, Stevens Marine. So shout out to Stevens Marine. Mm-hmm. Awesome company here in the Northwest. They've been selling boats for over 50 years. So they are a new partner of Addicted. We're going to be making a bunch of boating content with them. So make sure you check out the YouTube channel if you haven't. I think that's all we got for updates. Now we need to talk fishing.
That's right. And like we were talking about.
You're tying up some rigs right now.
I'm tying up rigs right now. I'm getting ready to go to the ocean though. But
Kim's half awake right now.
Yeah, I'm like day 11 right now, just in a row. I mean, we even fished on the 4th of July just because, well, it was so good. And the ocean was so nice, so we couldn't resist. But yeah, no, I mean, things have been popping. Dam counts have been good. But like we were talking about earlier with that summer Chinook season extension, what they didn't apply in there, if you didn't notice or haven't figured out yet, is no steelhead and no sockeye.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they have come to the conclusion that the sockeye run, even though it was upgraded to 340,000 now, up from 279, they figured that they couldn't allow any other additional fishing, which kind of makes me wonder because I would have to assume that 80 to 90% of the run is probably safely over Bonneville, untouched.
You look at the numbers up on the upper dams.
Well, it's starting to drop too, right? Big time.
Right, so I don't know why the Washington manager during the compact call would assume that we'd have fishing as good as we did when we had 20,000 fish a day pouring through the river.
It's about 12,000.
When now it's 12,000 at Bonneville, which means theoretically, and anybody who understands salmon run timings and that it's probably considerably less down here.
I would say even like if you look at the numbers for like the Dallas Dam, the McNary Dam, it's
it went back up again.
70% of those fish.
It went back up to 13,000.
Still. But that's what's at Bonneville. Like,
but
what's
70%
going on
of those fish have already made it past the Dalles.
Oh, true.
Made it past
yeah.
McNary's.
Right.
It's like those fish are going to make it to the
unfortunately, Washington has a fish manager right now in the compact call that I think he thinks he needs to overthink everything.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he is definitely not an advocate for the sportsman, and I would definitely not like to see him in that position anymore. And I think a lot of people have the same like-minded ideas.
How do we get him out of there?
I don't know.
Isn't that the one we just got recently?
I think so, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, but yeah, he's
I guess I've never understood why we don't wait for our allotment to get over the dam and then fish on.
Right. Now, there is a problem with that because when you look at like spring Chinook and you look at, you can't have the Kenai system, or not like the Kenai, but like a lot of fisheries like in Alaska, they do not fish until they meet escapement. Like, some of the sockeye runs, like even some of the biggest commercial fisheries in the world, like up in Bristol Bay, they don't even go until like sonar counts around the region basically say, okay, so much fish have gone by. The problem with Bonneville is that Bonneville is 110 river miles upriver. And by the time you would actually get the full escapement there, that run's already by like the whole lower river. So it's got to be managed to a forecast. And even then, they still apply a buffer, like basically oh, damn, we screwed up the numbers part to that too, year. which we generally get back later in the season once the number has proven itself. And you see that with like spring Chinook, you see that with fall Chinook, and the like. So it's a little bit more difficult because some of, like I said, going back to those sonar things, some of those are just like right in the river mouths, right past those first points. And once they get, X amount of fish over, they're like, get them. And most of the fish are in the bay. That'd be really hard to do at Bonneville. Unfortunately, I wish it was a little better because I think it'd be easier to manage for them as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
But yeah, it's just kind of the way it is. But no sockeye, no steelhead fishing, which unfortunately the
steelhead, I kind of agree with them. Look at the numbers. I mean,
the numbers are.
But I don't know that that's going to help the numbers for the next 4 years to come. Not letting.
It looks pretty sad. It's pretty crazy how bleak it is.
No, it's not until they start fixing some of the other bigger problems that the steelhead are facing. But there's just been a refusal.
We're gonna have to have a whole podcast. I think we need to have a new.
Is it you don't want the live feed ran on this one either, bud?
No, I think we're gonna have to save that for a podcast where we just talk about.
Let's just say I hate birds.
Issues.
So we don't have to go doom and gloom because at least we had 300,000 sockeye. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Right, and the summer Chinook run that was supposed to be, forecasted to be like one of the lowest in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
like came in. Almost
more than double. How many are over?
300,000 almost.
No.
I thought you were talking sockeye.
Oh, yeah, sockeye.
Summer Chinook,
124?
What?
No, it's 60,000, I think.
No. That was Chinook total. 69.
Yeah.
Almost 70,000
I think the prediction was
That's pretty
35, 38, so double.
It's one of the stronger summer Chinook runs we've seen in a while.
There was a couple years we got over 100, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 100 was like the gold standard. Yeah, so, and
we smashed them those years.
And to be fair, too, like when it comes to a lot of their salmon predictions, like the last 3 years in a row, they've underpredicted the upriver bright component of the fall run. And, them underpredicting that, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing. It makes management a little easier in case the sport impact and the sport quota goes over. But yeah, it's interesting because, like I said, you're right. It's like predicting the weather, and I'd rather have them probably be under, but it's a good sign that they're missing these forecasts because who knows what's lurking out there coming in for the fall.
Yeah, exactly. So what's been working, Cam? Because you're one of the few that's probably been fishing a lot.
Honestly, like today was the only day that I even fished summer Chinook. Went out today and the water's still a little more turbid than we're used to this time of year, and it's a little cooler than we're used to this time of year. So I kind of elected to go a little more. I kind of got out to where I usually fish, and I saw the water was up. We got big tides right now. So I got out there and I was kind of like picking a spot. It was like before the tide was running, so I couldn't really gauge the current or anything. I was like, well, big tide, water's up. I'm like, I'm going to kind of elect to go in like this like 12, 14-foot little seam line. And as we were anchored in there was a few boats out there before and a few boats out there that came out there after. A lot of guys were fishing at 30 to 35 foot. Definitely fishing out a little deeper.
Which you would expect for summer Chinook. And
Right. Under normal
conditions.
Right. Under normal, we've been super cold in the Columbia River this year. It's been cloudy, rainy. I mean, we haven't had much of a summer at all.
No.
So, when we, I'm like, well, I'm going to go in here, and if I see a couple fish caught outside, I'll move out. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll be this guy. And we went in, and we ran plugs today. I wanted to, we couldn't retain any steelhead. We couldn't retain any sockeyes. I said, you know what? I'm just going to run a bunch of Brad's killer fish in size 14 and 15 and put 5 clients, a wedding party, a couple people from Ohio and stuff. So I was like, let's just put out the wall of death and see what happens. And before we even had our first bite, I sit there on anchor, and I had the side scan running on, both sides of the boat, and I was seeing fish, not a lot, definitely not like what we're seeing during sockeye season, but not a lot of fish, but I was definitely seeing some move on both sides of the boat, felt good about it. We ended up finishing like 4 for 7, and, for summer Chinook, I'll take that any day, especially, honestly, like there was some guys like Swanson, and those guys were just destroying the last few days of the day. I feel a lot of them struggled. Like it was definitely onesie twosie kind of day. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Caught a bunch of fish. Didn't see much else caught, but not a lot of guys were fishing in the lane that we were fishing in. And why they didn't move, I don't know why. They stayed out there, and maybe they were getting bit and I wasn't seeing it or something. But
I mean, from what I heard up and down the river, it was a lot of fish caught on killer fish. Quick fish, maglips, definitely a plug fishing show.
If I could have fished, that would have probably definitely been my game plan. I don't know if I would have went as shallow as you, but that's probably what I would have fished for sure, is quicks and mags and plugs.
Yeah, but if you wouldn't have caught a fish in like the first couple hours of seeing action, would you have moved?
If
would you
I
at
would
least
have
move your anchor?
Fish,
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. Like, I mean, out of these 12, 15 boats that were anchored around me, I saw one guide move one time. That's it. Like, nobody else was like moving around, and none of them were moving any shallower.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, and
well, I ran wobblers yesterday, and I was running them, around 35 to 40 feet of water, and we had one takedown, and the only takedown we had was in 25 feet of water, and we saw anchor boats, we saw 3 different anchor boats all anchored in anywhere between, 10 to 15 feet of water, and they all caught fish in shallow.
Well, like I said, big tide, current's blowing, water's up a little bit, water's a little
You're
cooler.
almost looking at like late spring conditions. Right. I mean, so fish them like you would springers almost.
Yeah. I mean, moved in was definitely the place to be today. And to be fair, I was talking to some good fishermen like Swanson who'd been hitting it all week, and I'm like, okay, dude, are you in tight? He's like, oh yeah, we've been in tight.
Yeah.
Getting 12 feet, 10 feet kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
Also had that kind of, I'm like, well...
Well, not much.
I'll take some advice from guys that are actually out there doing it.
You've been in the ocean, so.
I've been out in the ocean,
Not much had changed from the time when we were down steelhead fishing tight and catching Chinook. So
no.
That
right,
would have been
right. Yeah,
goal.
I mean, just 3 weeks ago, we were catching Chinook in 3 feet of water.
Yeah. We haven't had much water condition changes since then. Maybe a little better clarity, but.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like what's coming up for this opener, I don't see too much changing. I think we're supposed to have some cooler weather, like some unseasonably cold weather tomorrow. It's supposed to rain a little bit, I thought.
Really?
Yeah. It's supposed to shower.
It's be like 70s all week.
Yeah, I mean, comfortable weather, but
nice
definitely
weather.
Not 90s.
I don't need 90s. I'm about that 70-degree weather in the
about
Northwest.
That 72.
I'm about that. That's perfect.
Yeah, we have literally 70s all freaking week.
Dude, perfect. Yeah. That's why the ocean's so nice.
Yeah, it's
consistent weather.
We're not getting extremes. There's a little south wind coming up this weekend, but I think it's only going to be way offshore, and I think we'll be good on shore. And if not, high slacks at 7 for the fish tacos. So yeah, that's my plan, and unfortunately I wish they would have opened some steelhead, because they would open steelhead like this is a good week to be steelhead.
Yeah, I would have been steelhead fishing for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. I have plans this weekend. Truck plans.
Truck plans.
Josh is lifting his truck.
I'm going to lift my truck this weekend.
It's going to look sick though.
Yeah, but I'd rather bonk some steelhead. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, with a 1 fish limit, I mean, really, it's like how long is it
Go
going to take?
down in the morning, bonk fish, go home.
go down, plunk for an hour, go home, and just have your cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Dude, there's some tribs too. I know if any of you guys are fishing locally, there's some tribs that are starting to get some summer steelhead too in good numbers for sure.
Nice.
So do not sleep on the tributary summers. And like Cam said, with the Columbia being closed and no one out there really killing those summers, they're making it to the tribs.
Yeah, they definitely aren't getting caught in the Columbia. That's for sure.
Got some reports recently. There's some trib fish showing up.
Yeah.
which is good.
So what about trolling? You think anyone should be out there trying to troll for summer Chinook right now?
Yeah, I mean, like, just to be honest, I saw another guy catch one on the troll, like, right when we were kind of just anchoring in this morning, and, I saw him anchor up and do his thing, and definitely, and he got one, like, before our plugs were even, I think I'd only casted out, like, 2 rods, just kind of waiting for him to start wiggling. My group wanted to start a little later because they were traveling from afar. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's got to be honestly, when the tide's slack and there's not much going on and you want to fish, well, what else are you going to do, right?
Yeah,
so
troll.
Yeah, so he was trolling and you got
That's what I'm going to try to do tomorrow. I'm going to try to get out there after work and
Was
troll.
he 360 fishing or just triangles?
Was 360 fishing. I'll give away his jam.
That's exactly what
for
I'm going to do.
But yeah,
I want to try it.
Why not? Why wouldn't it work? Those fish are going to suspend a little bit when the tide gives up.
Yeah, when we say that the water's not, like, clear, it's definitely not like that summertime 12-foot of viz that the Columbia gets. It's definitely a more like, like 5 or 6. It's probably still clear enough to get one to go on a flasher. Like, you don't need to have a triangle, like, bouncing on the bottom. Make it happen. So there's fish to be had.
So trolling, anchor fishing. I didn't hear much about wobblers. There was some caught though. There's definitely some bait guys. I saw some pictures, guys getting them. I heard from a group
There's guys that catch them on wobblers even in March in springtime. You know, there's those guys that just like to fish wobblers, and that's what they do.
Oh, I know it works. I'm just trying to let people know what's going to be probably your best bet. It ain't going to be a wobbler in my opinion.
I think with the higher flows, fish pushed up against the side, you're not going to be fishing at depth. I mean, wobblers. I think wobblers, like, not just me thinking this, but I'm sure a lot of people think that wobblers just seem to work better at depth, 30 plus feet of water, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can catch probably 1 in 6 feet of water with wobbler, but at the end of the day, like when you're bank fishing, you're running 3 big lines and you're doing all that stuff, I think it probably works better at depth.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think the fish were going to be there, so plugs all day. You put a bunch of scent on them, wrap them with some tuna, put some Procure oil on them. Not going to really discuss what Procure oil, but put some Procure oil on them. And,
there's a million you can try.
But I'd suggest doing
your typical salmon scents.
Add a little scent to it, and make it happen. I think it can't hurt you.
No, if I was going to bank fish this weekend, I'd probably be casting 2 spin glows, and then sliding them.
Slide a third down. Slide one down. Yeah.
Slide a plug down.
Yeah.
Fish a plug from the bank because I think that could be effective. And spin glow, you're going to catch fish.
See, and I've done, like, there was a couple years, I remember there was one year you were fishing killer fish downriver from us, and you had hooked like 4 or 5 fish, and we were wobbler fishing upriver and hadn't hooked anything. And so I cut my entire wobbler set off and just did a 4-foot dropper with 1 killer fish and cast it out and got a fish like that quick. So, like, I think sometimes that's what it takes is just, if you're not getting bit, we had 7, 8 rods in the water with wobblers.
Yeah.
It's like, why not try something? Why not throw something else out there? Yeah. And, same with, like, I was super disappointed in myself. I went a couple days ago, and I didn't bring any coon shrimp. I couldn't believe it. I was like, why did I not bring any coon shrimp? I'm such an idiot.
I feel like this is the time of year where you have to have the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Like spinners, wobblers, plugs, coon shrimp, spin glows, everything.
This is the time of year that we have sat on anchor and done really well, like spinners on anchor.
I got a memory picture of that.
Uh-huh.
Spinner and coon shrimp, baby.
Yep.
I got a memory
it's exactly what it was.
You got the current flow, and I don't understand.
Coon spinners.
I don't understand why more people don't do that with their, with their wobbler floats. Like, you see, like, the guys, like, they'll run out wobblers in the float, and then they'll run out spinning glow, and it's like, yeah, but I think sometimes, like, a 3.5, like a little short bust 3.5 blade, and a little more vibration and stuff like that, and I don't know why it could go wrong.
Yeah, there's not very many guys that run triple spinner setups.
Yeah, why not?
No, we did start playing with super baits, though.
The Brad's guys run.
Yeah, the Brad's got one live on their Facebook channel the other day. They ran a bobber with a super bait and got us.
With a super bait?
Yeah.
A mini KCP, or not KCP, but a mini.
Yeah, kokanee. It was a kokanee.
Was it a kokanee one?
Uh-huh. Ooh. Summer Chinook on a kokanee one behind them.
That could be killed.
But they did downsize to the smaller wobbler float.
I saw that.
Yeah, to the smaller wobbler float.
That looks pretty deadly, actually.
Dude, it looked good. It was like a Michael Jackson, too, like super bait, like a custom color.
Oh, he showed me that one.
It looked really good.
Very
dude, it's getting me excited for fall. I can't wait to be out there 360 fishing.
Dude, it's
in my new boat
out in the ocean.
I was saying now it's like, where don't you 360 fish?
Right.
Because last year we had
I don't know when I get my new boat.
We had that game changer at Buoy 10 last year.
I should ask him, though. I should get an update. I should get an update on my new
I thought it
boat.
was August.
It is, but I don't know when. I don't know an exact date in August.
Better be August 13th.
That's what I
Yeah.
told him. I'm like, dude, I
It'll be
need that
August
thing before
13th.
Buoy 10. Yeah, if you guys
It'll
didn't
be
know,
like
I
August
finally
1st.
ordered a new boat. I'm super excited about it. I got a 21-foot Alumaweld Columbia.
What'd you put on the back of it?
A Mercury.
200?
I don't know what.
horsepower.
A 4-stroke.
4-stroke what?
I don't know
150 or
yet.
200?
I don't know yet.
Oh, they're going to hang it at when it gets delivered? Maybe.
I haven't decided yet. I haven't told him. I did. Actually, I told him probably
200.
150, but I don't know. I don't
200.
need a 200. That's the thing. I already rip around
You
too fast
need
anyway.
200.
What if you put a pump on it?
Then you run a 150 with a pump.
Nah. 200.
Nah.
Go
I
fast.
just don't think I'm
Go
gonna put a
fast or go home.
My ultimate goal is to get like a 17-foot like Travis's boat like I have and have my little jet boat and then have my Columbia.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'll have an ocean boat and have all three of them be dialed. And then I'll have 2 rafts as well.
Yeah, see, I need a...
And jet skis and...
You need an ocean
mansion.
boat that you just moor down there?
No,
You
we need
just
to
go
call
jump
Sea-Doo.
in?
You said the jet ski. We got to call Sea-Doo. Like, we need some fishing jet skis. I need to bomb up and down my local
That would be pretty fun.
river and like side drift and bobber fish
That would
on
be
a jet
sick.
ski. It'd be so sick.
That would be fun.
I know.
Hey,
There's
Clint,
guys
you're not
that
in this podcast.
There's guys that go
Oh,
to the
sorry.
ocean.
Producer talked. We have to spank him.
You've seen those guys out there, have you, Cam?
Oh,
the guys
see
in the
about
ocean?
the tuna fishing and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, damn.
That's freaking
That's
sweet.
freaking cool. If you're a jet skier out there and you're listening to this podcast in the Northwest and you fish, we want to film an addicted life with you. So
Let
hit
me
us
just
up.
jump on the back.
Hit us up.
I'll be in an inner
that'd be-
tube.
No, give me another jet ski.
No, we'll do a follow boat. We'll follow you around and
That'd
film
be
it.
freaking sweet.
Put you on a chest cam. It'll be hilarious. That'd be so awesome.
That'd be fun. Super fun.
That would be killer. So what about trib fishing, Josh? Have you gone and chased any summers yet in the tribs?
I went one day. I had Friday. I went early, and I didn't see any fish. I mean, I didn't hook anything.
Neither.
No, but I know there was some fish in that river because I had a buddy send me a pretty good report of some fish being around. But it sounds like the fish that are coming in are just coming in pods,
And they're probably
and they're moving fast because the water's actually higher than normal years. I mean, the flow in that river was still really good compared to what I'm used to fishing in July. But there's definitely some fish around.
Yeah, I think, see our local river right now, like the one that we always
It's
watch.
higher
It's
than
right
normal.
Dude, it's way higher than it normally
Yeah.
is this time of year.
What is
Yeah,
it?
it was pumping.
200.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Is it?
40.
It was pumping. It was
Which-
pumping for sure.
Which 200, I mean, shoot, most of my steelhead raft trips I was floating a river that was like 160 consistently all
Dude,
season.
if that river still had hatchery summer steelhead in it, dude, it would be,
smashing them right now.
oh my God. At 200, it would
Mhm.
be insane right now.
It would opened in May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, would have been awesome.
Yeah, but we don't. Thank you, Wild Fish Groups.
Idiots.
Thank you, Wild Fish
That's
Groups.
all right. I'm starting my own hatchery.
Let's not go that route.
If you guys want to fund Marlin's hatchery, that's what we're calling it.
Marlin's fish box.
And pretty much we're going to do what the state did with segregated stocks. We're just going to go get a bunch of random non-native genetic or non-basin genetic freaking fish. Like, let's just go for
No,
like
we're
the
not.
quinault and just like stick them in there and say, screw it anyways.
Take them all.
No.
Right.
It's a good idea.
Oh.
If you guys want to fund, if you guys want to donate $1 million to me, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to run Addicted on the side, and I'm going to start a hatchery, privately funded, and we're going to load every single river in this entire Northwest with hatchery fish. All of them. Even if they have strong wild runs, I'm still going to put like 5. Just
Well,
kidding.
but if you think about it, then at least that would force the state to then have hatchery-only fisheries on wild endangered tule stocks just because they stray rate stuff out with their weirs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I just say that? Yes, I did. And that's a fact, and that's truth, and that's what happens. How stupid is that?
That's so dumb.
Let's close the Buoy 10 fishery because we are too afraid of wild tules, but yet conduct a wild tule, we'll call it a catch and release fishery while people are egg gagging them, looking for the hatchery strays that are coming from another river into said river because they have to clean up their flippin' mess. That is exactly what happens. All facts.
That's crazy.
Fact.
Yep.
That's so
Pretty
dumb.
sad. Pretty lame.
Yeah.
Pretty dumb.
Well, hopefully
Thank
someday
you.
they get it figured out. Jeez.
Yeah, and if you don't believe me, go ahead and shoot me a little private message. I'll be more than happy to tell you off the air. I'll tell you which
Pretty
rivers
soon
and
they're not
exactly
gonna
what's
be-
going on. And that has come that came that is from the Region 5 Bio's mouth.
Yeah.
Pretty soon they're not going to be studying fisheries. They're going to be studying extinct fisheries.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
And why they went extinct? Huh, I wonder why.
Because we're idiots.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, I'm like, anyways.
back
what else is
to
there
the
going
trib
on?
fish. So I heard Jordan's been doing really well. He's been catching a lot of fish in the tribs. and he's told me it's been primarily a spinner show, and then also eggs. He said he's been getting a lot of fish on eggs.
Because he called me up. He's like, dude, I need some eggs. I'm like, oh my gosh, my wife and kids are down here at the beach with me. Like, I need to break into my house because I got like 30 quarts I'm not going to use, and I'm pretty much at the time of year I'm going to replace.
Start getting a bunch, yeah.
I need to give him. I need to call him.
He owes me a couple trips. I need to go with him.
Yeah, I need to get him.
What?
He owes my dad trips.
Meat?
My dad processes elk for him.
Yeah, he said he's been doing really good. So that's really good news to hear for sure. So if you're local here in the Northwest, make sure you guys get to the tribs and catch some steelhead.
Yeah, because I got another report from another big trib today. Actually, killed 3 fish.
Yeah,
Plunked.
Yep, I've heard that same thing happening.
Yep,
so that's exciting. That's exciting. If you guys are not from the Northwest, let us know some subjects that you want us to talk about. Make sure you guys drop some comments below. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. What different things you want to see us talking about on this podcast. Drop some comments on Apple. Drop some comments on Spotify, Google Play. Make sure you guys do that for us, please. And then leave us a review. Leave us a review. Let us know that you guys love the podcast or you don't love it or whatever. Either way, it helps us to get this thing syndicated out there to more people to hear it. But we definitely need some ideas from you guys out there because we're going to start trying. We are the worst at like switching subjects 50 times during these podcasts, and I see it from you guys. A lot of you guys love it, think it's hilarious, but I see a lot of comments too where you guys would you stay focused.
And at the beginning of this podcast, we were talking about summer Chinook, and we just started getting into it, and then you went like. You took it like off into the. You're like we're not going to do this anymore. Like Marlin, you're doing this now.
It's hard not to when you just like. I don't know.
I know.
Well,
it springs a memory or something.
This is what happens when you just talk fishing. You just end up just ranting, just going off about all sorts of different things.
We all talk with each other all day long, you know, about whatever. So it's just super comfortable, whatever, and just that's the way it goes.
Well, we hope you guys are liking them, but we want to make them better for you too. We want to keep evolving these things and keep making things better. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, shout out to our members only. We appreciate you guys. We have changed the studio once again. Now we're sitting.
We're going to change it again too.
Now we're sitting in lawn chairs with like a fold-out table, but we're getting closer to what we want it to be like. So you're just going to keep seeing it evolve. If you are not listening, or if you're not watching on YouTube, you can have an opportunity to watch on YouTube. All you got to do is just go to our YouTube channel and join up as a member. You'll see there's a few different perks that you get by doing that. So head over to our YouTube channel and check that out if you would. I think that's all we got. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Podcast will only get better from here on out, guys.
It will. It's going to get much better. I have some plans for some cool guests. We're going to call some people in. Lots of good things happening. So thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll see you on the river.
Thanks, guys.
Later, boys.